on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
It is a city that traditionally gets much less snow than its Buckeye State rival up in Cleveland, but we are under a thick blanket of the white stuff here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Evan McPherson about ready to get this going as we are underway now from Paul Brown Stadium. Jalen Richard now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to throw. And his first pass is incomplete.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
2nd and 10. Carr now to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Again, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go with Jacobs. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. The left side completion to Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
8 yards to go on second down. Now Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On first down, Richard. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Carr throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And a tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they'll get this down to the 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw is Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. Touchdown! Jalen Richard from 10 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. Open man is Uzama. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Third and 2, now Burrow. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Short throw, going to be caught by Waller. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. It has been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here we go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Higgins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Nothing the score after 1 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Hunter Renfrow deep to return for the Raiders. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And that is incomplete here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play there on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, can.
This is Mixon on the draw. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now a give to Jacobs running right. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 16. Now Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots downfield just in case. Get your confidence back up, and then later on, you expand the targets again.
The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Right?
I love it. I love it. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Carlson able to put this one through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow throwing the out route incomplete. It's Morgan. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 44, Burrow over the middle. That's caught by Chase.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective
Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Burrow. Flush to his right. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's got it. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way. If they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here comes Richard on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
On first down, Mixon. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Second down at 5.
From the gun to give to Mixon. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Bengals on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Remaining in this first half of football.
Come on, ready?
First down. Here's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw. The open man here, Renfro. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone,
You've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the wise. You bring him into the play.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Gun. Cut. 180. Hot.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
180.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On third down, Mixon uses the stiff arm. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
Not much there, only a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. The snow certainly making conditions difficult, and it's not likely to get better anytime soon, as we turn it right back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2.
Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. To Mixon on the check down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Uzama, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Carr out to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Carr, he's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
And he's got this down to the 35.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 25. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Running is Jacobs. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Counter play with Jacobs. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. 180.
Now Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Morgan. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. There's a short one caught by Uzama. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 29, Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Mixon again. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw his car. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22.
And that'll go as a 57-yard punt with a return of 12.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
They'll run with Mixon. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 9. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 113 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow, open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. A handoff to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, if they can convert the extra point, will have the lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here comes Richard on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. Well, what a
a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
But I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
So an important drive for them there. And they're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
McPherson on for the point after.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Here comes Richard on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr.
Going right back to Jones. This time the connection made.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
42 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Escaping the pressure right. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Carr got to have this one. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Raiders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Carr will look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the Raiders are right back in this football game.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense. And this highlight package, not one that he's going to want to see after this game. The ironic thing, despite all these picks, they're winning.
It is beyond interesting, isn't it? Because normally when you're winning, he's playing really well. And in this case, that's not happening at all. So he has to now pick things up a little bit because his team is taking great care of him in this ball game.
7 yards, the pickup there.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down and 3. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Mixon with a first down carry. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third and a few inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals add on to their lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive. And now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
McPherson now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Jalen Richard going to take it out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Carr, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Drops this off to Richard. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll find Richard here underneath.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Now Carr. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 26-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll move him back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Edwards. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Throwing his Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. Here's Carr. Gets this to Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Carr to throw. Connecting with Renfro. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Carr. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Carr. And that is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Von Bell. And the Bengals have just...